Mikel, ahead of the game against Fulham on Sunday, first of all, team news, because you've had one or two injuries to contend with. What can you tell us?
We'll know more this afternoon. We haven't trained yet. We have a few players in contention, and this afternoon hopefully we'll have a clear picture of who is available and who is not.
I know you've got to assess them this afternoon, but Odegaard and Tierney, they had an illness. Are they likely to be okay, those two?
I hope they do, but Martin was feeling better, then he become a little bit worse, but hopefully he's able to train today.
What about Jesus? What is the situation there? Because there was talk of him travelling with you to Portland midweek. He didn't. Is he likely, do you think, to be included in the squad against Fulham?
Well, it's been a while. You know, he had a bad injury, and he's been really pushing the boundaries, and he's been trying to get that recovery as quick as smooth as possible. But the reality is that when he started to do some activity, he's still feeling that he needed a little bit more of time. Is that a matter of days? Hopefully, yes, more than a matter of weeks. But he needs to feel confident and comfortable and ready for it, because especially the way he plays, we need him at his best. So the moment he's ready, he'll be thrown on the field.
Have you got to be careful of not rushing him back too quickly, particularly as Eddie Nketiah is unavailable at the moment?
Yeah, we haven't done that at all. Obviously, the time scale that he had is being respected, and now it's more about his feelings. You know, when he actually demands, I really want to be a part of it, because he's so willing that the moment that he's expressing that desire, that means that he feels fully ready.
Is that his demands physically or mentally? I would imagine he's champing at the bit to be involved, isn't he? Is that almost your problem, stopping him from...
It has been in the last few weeks, but now we are comfortable where he is, the state of the knee, you know, where he's physically, all the metrics that are important for him to be safe to come back are in the right places. It's now about him feeling ready to step in and have challenges and have opponents around.
Of course, as well, Trossard has an injury too. Yeah. Potentially, might you be looking at your third centre-forward for the season against Fulham if he's unavailable?
Well, but Eddie's out as well, so we have Gavi out, Eddie out, and Leo is out. So we have to adapt in this period of the season.
What are your options up front tomorrow in a central position?
We have difference. We can play with a winger more as a 9, we can play with a false 9. Let's see.
You've come straight back from Europe, but so far for you this season, it hasn't been a problem. You've won 5 and drawn 1, not lost once after Europe. What sort of bonus is that for you going into the game, and how have you managed that?
Well, just making sure that we are prepared, first of all, to play 3 times a week, and we are mentally and physically ready to compete at the level is required. A lot of times it's here. I've been away, I've been traveling, I have a game, but yeah, we are playing for the Premier League, so you have to be ready to do that.
Also, as well, what would you put down to your fantastic record in the London derbies this season? It's superb. In fact, I don't know if you know this, you are potentially the first team ever in league history, if you manage to win at Fulham without conceding, the first team ever to win 5 away from home without conceding.
Okay, I didn't know that. Hopefully we can do it tomorrow.
Is the not conceding part the part that attracts you in that sentence? Because you said the other night, we're conceding too many sloppy goals.
Well, we have, and we have conceded some set plays, and we have conceded a lot in games, just conceding 2 goals. We did against Bournemouth and we did against Sporting. And you want to be at the top and winning and winning and winning. You need clean sheets, that's for sure.
How big a part of your running is it not conceding goals?
Huge. It's a lot of points to play for. We can do it in different ways, scoring 3 and 4 every week and conceding 2, or having 12 clean sheets and scoring 12 goals, and that's it, and the job is done. So it's many different ways to be very successful. We want to score as many, but don't concede at all, and we've been really good at preventing chances, but not good enough in the last 2 weeks of doing the right things in the box.
In some ways, was the game against Fulham earlier in the season a thumbnail sketch of a large part of your season? You went behind and then you came out on top. In fact, no team in the Premier League has come from behind, won more games than you.
Well, that day it got really complicated. We were in total control of the game. We made a huge individual error that cost us a goal, but the team reacted the way it's been reacted all season, with a lot of belief, not fearing for ourselves, and just going for it, and we got rewarded at the end.
When you look at the table right now, it looks like a straightforward fight between yourselves and Manchester City. What sort of margin of error do you have available to you, if at all, in the running? It's just 12 games left now.
I don't think that way. I think is the margin that we do have are margins to improve and be better as a team and be better individually and prepare mentally the right way to compete and win the next match, and that's all we have to care about.
Lastly, it's a bit of a reunion. A couple of your former players, Willian and Bernd Leno. What do you make of the way they have not resurrected, certainly not the case of Bernd Leno, but got their careers going, and how well they're both doing at Fulham?
Really happy for them. You know, when you decide and when we decide a player that is not continuing at the club, when they decide it's better to move somewhere, at the end you have to wish the best for people, especially those two that are really nice characters, and it was a good time and experience with them, so wish them the best.